Hello, welcome to Healthy Code. This is part 2 of basic .NET and C# tutorial. So, in the previous video we already downloaded Visual Studio 2022 that we need for developing our first console application. So, open Visual Studio. Okay, to create new project you choose this fourth button. Search for console application on the right side. We will name it part 1 introduction. We will choose .NET 8.0. This is the latest .NET version at the moment. Okay, when you run your first application or start, it will look something like this. In the minute I will explain why we have everything and what it actually do. If you want to test and see how your application looks right now out of the box, I will start the application just to show you. Okay, as you can see, it's a basic console application. This console is actually same thing as CMD or command prompt we use to install some of the programs. As you can see, we display this hello world, and this is actually set in this console write line method. So I will go and explain how you can write your own code. Out of the box, in this console application, we have this program.cs. CS extensions stands for class. In later series, I will explain what the class means. And important thing to know is that everything that is in this program class is already set up to be run first, and I will explain what that means. This is the beginning of the application, and everything we write in this program CS will be displayed in console application. Okay, let's start the application. Okay, as you can see, we got the message we wrote under these brackets, and we got first predefined string. In previous .NET versions, we used to have all the namespaces set in the top of this program CS class. And now in .NET 8, it's separated into another CS file. So if you want to see what namespace do we use, it's actually when you click on this icon right here, global using directives. This is something that's set for global scope. I will explain scope in the later sessions. As you can see, this is all namespaces that we are using right now. When you open this, you can click right here and it will open this file. This is set, as you can see, on global scope, and it's auto-generated by .NET and Visual Studio. As you can see by the color of this namespace that the only first one is highlighted, and that means that the only first one is in use, and all the rest we can actually delete right now because we don't use them. And if we delete them, we will see no issues in our program CS. But if we delete this system namespace, we will actually have compile error. And compile error you can notice by the red squiggly under the console word. And if you click on a yellow label, you will see that actually the fix that Visual Studio suggests you is to add using .system namespace, and we actually moved it in program CS class, so it's actually very visible. And to explain you what the namespace is, we actually need to understand the definition of namespace and why it's used. The namespace is actually used to organize your code, and it represents the collection of classes, interface, structs, enums, and delegates. I will cover all these topics in the future videos, but for now, let's understand what is the namespace, what is class, project, and solution. To better understand what the namespace does, I'll try to explain you with some folder structures. As you can see in the right corner, we have this solution part 1 introduction. This is solution. Solution, you can think of it as the main folder. We store all our projects. Project is this part 1 introduction. As you can see, we have in this solution only one project. Also, we can add to this solution another project right now, and we can call it test 2. Okay, as you can see now in our solution, we have two projects. First project is part 1 introduction, and second project is test 2. If you open this solution in File Explorer, it will look something like this. To better understand what is the difference between solution, project, and to better explain you what the namespace is, I will use folder structure and explain you how it's structured in a folder. As you can see, this folder, part 1 introduction, it actually represents the solution of our application. If you open this, you're now in the solution folder and you have these two projects. Every project is separated in a different folder. This .sln extension is actually for Visual Studio to know what solution you want to open. If you open part 1 introduction project, you have a program CS class, CS proj. I will explain it in the later videos. And we have bin and object folder. If you go back, we have same thing for test 2 project. We have this CS project CS class, and bin and object folder. This is actually the folder structure, and this in Visual Studio is just representation of that folder structure in our code. To understand what the namespace is, I will use folder structure and will show you how it actually works. If you create another folder, for example, folder 1, and you can see that actual folder is generated in part 1 introduction project, we have that folder 1. The namespace actually works like this folder path we have right here. As you can see, we have in C drive folder users, my username, source, repos, part 1 introduction is the name of solution, part 1 introduction is name of the project, and folder 1 is the folder we're currently in. Namespaces work similar like this folder path. Let me explain. If you create separate item, I will make a folder class. I will explain what the class is in the next video. For now, I just want you to understand namespaces and how they work. If you want to access this folder class, you need to show our code where it's located. And to achieve that, we use namespace. Let me show you. Okay, now I instantiated this folder class, and as you can see in the top corner we have part 1 introduction dot folder. As you can see, this is acting similarly like folder path. If we remove this, we will have errors, and if we check the error message we got, is pretty much the error message is telling us that we cannot locate this folder class. Otherwise, our code cannot find this class on our PC. So that's why we need namespace. If we add using statement, we need to tell our code what the project is. It's part 1 introduction dot, we need to specify in what folder this class is located. It's folder 1. When we do that using namespace, our class is visible for our program CS. As I explained you, it's like folder path. And now you may wonder why we didn't use the rest of the folder path. For example, this C drive, users, username, source, repos, etc. Because in this namespace we are already starting from this part 1 introduction. So we are actually in the part 1 introduction solution folder. So we are right here, and then we just need to find our class that is located right here. It's step 1 and step 2. This is the thing we need to put in our namespace to actually be able to see our class that we want to instantiate. Okay, let's summary what we learned in this lesson. First, we talked about namespaces, solution, and projects. As you can see, namespace is used to organize your code and is collection of classes, interface, structs, enums, and delegates. All these things we didn't cover, we will cover in the next series. And for now, you need to understand why we use namespaces and why they're important to us. A solution is a container to organize one or more related code projects. As I already explained right here, project contains all files such as source code, images, etc. That are compiled into executable library or website. That would be pretty much everything for this video. Thank you for listening and have a great day.